So we are starting with the audio test on both phones, Samsung Galaxy S24 Fan Edition on the left and Galaxy A55 on the right. I would like to say happy 100,000 subscribers to Gadget Rev now. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. So both phones has triple camera setup. The Samsung Galaxy S24 Fan Edition has main, ultra wide and telephoto, while Galaxy A55 has main, ultra wide and macro sensor. Obviously there's a price difference between these two phones, mid-range versus flagship. You have $400 Canadian dollars on Samsung Galaxy A55 and $900 on Galaxy S24 Fan Edition. So I think that's it for the audio test. Now let's check some portrait. The portrait mode on both phones are really good, but I can see the difference of a flagship phone from a mid-range phone. Starting with Galaxy A55, it has bigger bokeh balls, brighter and warmer skin tone and stronger contrast on the shirt and the hair, while the flagship S24 FE has natural looking skin tone, better subject separation or cutout, and you have 3 focal lengths from 1x, 2x, and 3x that produces better image quality.
Stay right here. I wanna stay right here. I wanna stay right here.
On the selfie shooter, Galaxy A55 is more saturated. Now this is the selfie video recording on both phones. Massive difference between the sensors. You have UHD 60 FPS on Samsung Galaxy S24 Fan Edition and you only have UHD 30 FPS on Galaxy A55. There's one more difference between these two phones. We also have the portrait video on Samsung Galaxy S24 Fan Edition. You can see the background. It's only in full HD 30 FPS, but I think it's pretty good. And this is the indoor shot, so you can see the video without clearness in 4K 30 FPS. You can see the colors. And the autofocus. Quickly shooting in full HD 60 FPS. Wife is fixing her sandals. The colors on Galaxy A55 are more saturated, but you can see more details on the flagship Galaxy S24 FE. The flagship competition is brighter and the colors are closer in real life.
Why'd you have to leave me? Yeah, my life done changed.
Dynamic range and exposure are also the biggest advantage of Fan Edition.
Damn, you never stayed. Feeling the change, all in myself, my day. Turning the page, I'm trying to pay.
And since you have the dedicated 3x optical zoom, you will have better clarity on the zoom range.
But I love my page, I love my page.
The advantage of Galaxy A55 is the macro sensor, but you can also use the 3x optical zoom of S24 FE. I think it's better looking. And going for the zoom range, you have 1x up to 30x on S24 FE, but you can only do 10x on Galaxy A55.
But if you want me, I'm hard to find. Loving the way that you love.
This is the video zoom test. Currently, it's raining right now. Hopefully, I don't smudge the lenses. So this is the ultra-wide lens in 4K 30 FPS. Both phones are shooting on UHD. So this is the quality of the video. I think it's the same color profile. Do you see the exposure? I think it's almost the same. Looking at the colors of the buildings, I think a little bit more saturated on Galaxy S24 FE. Now going to the main sensor. Again, even the contrast, I think it's a little bit stronger on the new flagship S24 FE. And in terms of exposure, I think it's also Galaxy S24 FE. The colors are a little bit muted on Galaxy A54. Natural looking. Now let's check the 2x digital crop of A55. and the 3 times optical zoom of S24 FE. Obviously, you have better quality in terms of exposure and details on the new flagship Samsung. It's also brighter too. Again, the details on S24 FE is pretty good. Now going to the 4, the zoom, you have 10x on A55 and you have 12x on Galaxy S24. Again, it's cleaner and clearer on Galaxy S24 Fan Edition. There's no competition on the slow motion. Galaxy S24 FE has UHD 120 FPS.
Look out, he got away.
Video stabilization test starting with the ultra-wide lens 4K 30 FPS, and I think both phones have similar stabilization.
What's that they underpaid? These souls get turned to gray. Got no time to.
Now going to the main sensor, again same resolution in 4K 30 FPS. I don't see much of a difference in terms of the footage, just a difference in white balance and probably a little bit brighter on S24 FE.
That's just what I know. Yeah, that's just what I know.
And going for the zoom, both has 2 times digital crop, but only Galaxy S24 has a dedicated 3 times optical zoom with great stabilization too. Night portrait shot is also available on both phones, and you have better white balance and bigger bokeh balls on Galaxy S24 FE. The flagship can also do the fake moonshot of Samsung. But the biggest difference is the main sensor. You have better details on night shot compared to Galaxy A55. And if you talk about the sensors, all 3 sensors of the flagship can do night shots.
I'll just let it be, 'cause I'm
And lastly, the low light video recording. We're shooting in UHD 30 FPS, and you can see that Galaxy S24 FE is a little brighter on the ultra wide lens. Switching to the main sensor, you can see the colors here. I think they're almost the same. Just a little bit brighter and better exposed on Galaxy S24 FE. We're shooting on 2x on both phones, but you can also do 3x on Galaxy S24 FE. Again, the main sensor and the ultra wide. Before we end, if this video served its purpose, don't forget to hit that like button. I think both phones are really good in terms of camera performance. Galaxy A55 is a really good budget phone. It does have all the essentials you need, like the 4K video recording, you got great and colorful photos, and a mid-range phone at half the price of the competition. Well, if you need an 8K 30 FPS video recording, portrait video, 4K slow motion, and if you're in dying need of a better night shot photography, portrait mode, and more detailed images, then Galaxy S24 FE is the winner here.
gonna surrender.